How would you describe Aikido to someone like me who doesn't know anything about it?
Aikido is a martial art with a history from the battlefield in Japan. But it's different from most other martial arts in the way that we try to reduce the conflict by harmonizing with the attacker's movement and accepting the intention of the attack and changing it into something positive.
And why should I learn Aikido?
Today we live a very artificial life. Everything around us is cities, it's instrument, it's technology. I think that human beings need to get a feeling with their own mind and body in a very simple way. And Aikido is a perfect tool to get in touch with your body, to learn about true principles in yourself and in nature.
Could it mean anything in my everyday life?
Definitely. In the knowledge society we face stress and problems every day. And it's a new kind of very complex stress. And Aikido is a tool to learn to relax in stress situations, to learn to see a problem from different angles. It's a tool to learn how to move out of the line of the problem, to solve it from an angle where it can be solved on your own premises, not on the premises of the problem itself. So I think that Aikido is really a good instrument. Aikido has never been as valuable as it is just now for society, I think.
There are some main principles in Aikido. Can you say something more about the most important?
Yes, first of all I then would mention the musubi, or the oneness in Aikido, which actually is the I in Aikido, which means to bring together. As I can see it, oneness is not something we make. Oneness is something that is there if we can eliminate the idea of separation. That means that oneness is actually the truth. So in Aikido, in my understanding of Aikido, Aikido is a road to purely find yourself and to find back to your true nature. And I would also like to mention 3 principles that was introduced by the founder of Aikido, Morihei Ueshiba. He used to talk about the triangle, the circle and the square. When we do a technique, we start with expressing the triangular principle to choose where to meet the situation. Then we go over to the circular, we express the circle by leading the partner or taking the balance of the partner. Then we finish off expressing fully the square principle or the strength in the techniques. So this is a very, very valuable way of understanding how Aikido works. I find it important to express.
But there are a lot of forms. Is it really necessary to learn them all?
No, it's not necessary to learn all forms. In each dojo, the teacher will have some forms the teacher prefer. That will always be like that. And you will also, as a practitioner, find some forms that you like to practice. And we cannot eat everything in Aikido. But it's important in the same time to understand that in this vast ocean of opportunities of Aikido techniques and movements, there are some underlying principles that is actually producing this vast ocean of movements. They are not happening they are not constructed. They happen in the you can say that time, history, and what you have learned and what is brought up from generation to generation and what is built into your body, this line of history and experience will meet the present moment. And in this present moment, you will express life and creativity into the Aikido techniques. And really, after a long time of training, the aim should be to break out of the technical pattern. But in order to be able to do that, you need to understand the principles, because you can't break the principles. Freedom is within the natural laws You cannot break them, because then you also destroy the harmony.
So you need a combination of mind and body. Can you say something more about that?
Yes, in my opinion, it's not necessary to know what the body is or what the mind is. That's a very complex matters. But we need to know the function of the mind and the body. Like when you're going to drive a car, you need to know the function of the car and how to use it. And as I see it, the body in Aikido and in everyday life is a tool for communication. You are expressing something with your body, with your voice, with your eyes, with your actions. And that leads to the mind, because the mind is deciding what to express. And in simple terms, we can express some kind of virtue, some kind of higher ideals about, for example, harmony, about solving conflicts, about expressing care and consideration for other people, or we can act from a level of more egoistic motives. And it's your own mind that decide what are you aiming for. And the intention here is important. Not what you can actually in the first place manage to do, but where are you aiming in life? Are you aiming at understanding and growing some virtues? Or are you just following your basic instincts all the time, to say it in that way?
Do you need any talent to practice or learn Aikido?
Of course, we are different as people, and people have different talents. And one of the pleasures of Aikido is to express your talent. If it's your ability to be soft, or your strength, or your technical talent, or your compassion, whatever it is, it's always nice to express talents in you. But in the long run, in Aikido, when we see both observing yourself and other people, what is important is to stick to practice and to do your practice honestly. And then good things will come forth, whoever you are. Everybody will develop new abilities that will spring forth through the training of Aikido.
How long time will I use to learn Aikido?
My advice is that you should not worry at all about time and about learning and obtaining things. In Aikido, it's possible even for a beginner, the first day, to express your own nature in a very, very true way. On the other hand, it's possible for a person who has practiced for 30 years to be stuck in form. So I think the most important thing in Aikido is to enjoy practice and to really try to sense the life in you, and the whole life is expressed in Aikido on whatever level you are technically. So Aikido it should be an activity where we put us a little bit off this time obtaining pattern that we have in everything else we do in life. Aikido should be something that is a little bit different. We don't worry about such things. We just enjoy practicing and let life come through in the practice.